a good demonstration.
Okay.
Did you make that?
Yes, girl. I was sitting here like having way too much fun with.
Oh my God, you did good, Miss Camilla.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can one of you beautiful students remind me what this picture represents?
Two person, two people on the seesaw.
Mm-hmm. And who's heavier?
The blue one.
Mm-hmm. Poor green is just up for the whole
Right. Right.
All right. Okay, so that's the beginning of it. What's the cloud in the middle?
The main number.
Mm.
Oh shoot. Oh God. I should have been like Linda taking notes. Yeah.
The difference between
the
smaller amount is the less.
Yeah.
The heavier, larger amount is greater.
Okay. So
it's not the main number?
I personally wouldn't call it the main number, but if that helps your brain, it can be the number. Okay. But what I really want us to be thinking is like, Arlene, if you, this weekend you slept 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And Brianna, how many hours do you want to have slept this weekend?
30.
Come on, dirty on it.
I say 14.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Right. So who slept more hours?
Brianna.
So
yeah.
Am I gonna make Brianna the green person or the blue person?
The blue.
Why?
Because she's the heaviest.
Yeah. 14 hours, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Green over here is going to be Arlene.
Right.
With her 12. What would go in the cloud is the difference. So it's 2. The difference between the two of them, between 14 and 12, is 2 hours. We can say Brianna slept 2 hours more than Arlene, right?
Yeah.
We could say Arlene slept 2 hours less than Brianna.
Okay, so you just pulled 2 out of the air, right?
Oh.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so that's where you got the 2 from.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Let me clear it. Let's say, okay, that's actually, that's good. Keep going. So for any problem, we'll do one more example. Okay, how many pets I have? I have 10 cats. I wish. Actually, I don't. But I have 10. And Linda, who's not here, bless her heart, she's going to have 6 cats. All right? Who has more cats?
Miss Camilla.
Miss Camilla.
So am I going to be the blue or the green?
The blue.
Good. So I'm going to label it here, just so we know that's Mila, right? And the number that represents how many cats I have.
It's 10.
Right, so 10 represents how many cats I have. Little green is Linda.
She has 6.
Nice. The difference is going to be
it's 4.
Yeah. So So with this information, if this is the situation, instead of saying Linda has 6 cats, we could have said Linda has 4 less than Mila. So that's where they didn't tell us Linda's number. They just said that Mila has 10 and Linda has 4 less. And so you still know that Mila's got to be the heavier one with her 10, and that the difference is 4. And
so you basically saying that,
go ahead.
in the beginning, we didn't know it was less or more.
Right. The first way, I just gave you the numbers, and you and Brianna are the ones who told me which one was less and which one was more.
Okay. So how would you know when to add or subtract? Because I started to say 10 plus 4, but then that would have made you have
less than Linda.
Right.
So the way you figure out whether to add or subtract is to, before you start doing adding or subtracting, is to really understand what
the problem is saying.
Yeah, like if it says Linda has 4 less than Mila.
Right. So then I know it's a trap.
Yes.
But say if it didn't say anything like what you wrote.
So maybe it could have said, okay, here I go, ready? Maybe it says,
that's like a journey.
Hey, Geraldine.
How you doing? That's in my head, but I'm about to put this on my head.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
It's okay.
You're all right.
So maybe it would have said,
and now I do,
that Linda has.
In my head, I'm sorry.
It's all right, Geraldine. Don't worry about it. We're here for what's in your head, not on your head.
That's right.
Y'all might have got on early for me. I was waiting on 10:30. And then
okay. 6 cats.
What we working on?
4
more
than Linda.
So then
I would add.
Yes, and you still know that Linda's is the smaller, even though it's the biggest number that's given, right? Because they only gave us 6 and 4. But if we stop and think about, okay, Linda has 6 and Mila doesn't have 4, she has 4 more than Linda.
Right.
So that Mila must be heavier. And then
so she has 10.
Yep.
But what's the number in the cloud? 10?
No, 4. Because it's
4. Oh, 4.
It's the difference. It's how many more, how many less.
Okay, so more mean that I'm gonna add and less mean I'm gonna subtract.
Girl, you know it's not gonna. No, because like a different way they could have given this one is said. They could have said Linda has 6 cats, right?
Right.
And they could have said Linda has 4 less than Mila.
That's what I just said.
No, but listen. If they tell us Linda has, because remember before I said Mila has 4 more than Linda?
Right.
Now they don't tell us anything about Mila directly. They just say Linda has 6 cats, and that's 4 less than what Camila has. Now we're saying, okay, Linda has 6, and that is less cats than Camila has.
Okay, so I'm gonna say 6 take away 4. Oh, 6.
Because Linda's is less than Camila. So if we start with Linda's, which is 6, to get back to what Camila has, we're going to have to add 4, even though this says 4 less.
Okay, because y'all can't see all the words. So Linda, 6 cats less than.
4 cats less.
4 cats less than Mila.
Yeah.
So then I'm a. Okay.
So then it's almost like saying 6 is 4 less than what number? Or another way to say it, what number
It's 2.
take away 4 gives you 6?
Mm-hmm.
2.
Mm-mm.
10.
This trickiness is
I
why,
don't know.
yeah, is why you can't just use the word more or less. But I have a bunch of examples here for us to wrap our brains around, okay?
Mhm. And this is going to be on the freaking test.
Mm.
What test?
When we do the Costas test.
I hope not.
Well, it is, because this is the part that I don't know how I passed this part. I really don't. Because I guessed all the way.
That's all right. Like, it's the kind of thing that is not how we usually speak, so it's really hard to wrap our minds around.
Yeah.
But the math of it, you can all do. And so really what we're just doing is like, again and again, working on helping our brains translate this very formal structure of language into what our common sense can deal with.
Yeah, because you gave me a loop when you said minus, because last week we did all adding.
Mm-hmm.
So I just assumed, but then when you said minus,
Oh, there she goes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so on this slide, I'm just having us label the people in words and then as a number, okay?
Okay.
So for each person, you want to know, hi, I represent, you know, Mila or Geraldine or Linda.
Okay.
So you need to know in words what that number represents and then also what the value is, like 10.
10. Okay.
Okay? And you want to know
10.
in words, right? So this was representing Linda's.
Linda.
And
my value is.
What was it?
The value, my value is 6.
Okay. And then the difference is, in this case, is 4. The biggest number minus the smallest number. Okay. And the word difference goes back to being like just a vocabulary word. Just like when we say, like, here, we call this the sum, right?
Yeah.
The sum of 2 numbers means when we add them. Well, when we subtract 2 numbers, we call the answer the difference.
Okay, so even though it was a minus sign, it didn't state more than, less than, some than. It didn't say nothing.
No, that part, that comes in the text of the question. Okay. But no matter what the text of the question is, we can figure out how to set up the seesaw, because we can read into it and figure out, okay, who's heavier? Do we know their value or not? Who's lighter? Do we know their value or not? And what's the difference between the two? Do they tell us or not? Because, does that make sense? Like, there's only 3 numbers at the end of the day in a problem like this. The little guy weight, the big guy weight, and the difference. And they're always going to tell us 2 of them, and we have to figure out the 3rd one.
Mickey Mouse. I have a finger up. Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
How you gonna take this test?
Huh?
How are we
what?
gonna take this test you talking about?
When or how?
How?
When
And
we're back in the fall.
How and when?
In the fall.
Huh?
In the fall when we go back to school.
Okay. Okay. I would just Monday. Okay.
I'm gonna keep going. I think the next one has actual words. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Arlene walked 4 blocks. Linda walked. Okay, so let me stop at me. Arlene walked 4 blocks. So I'm the little one. I'm the green. So I'm gonna say, hi, I'm remainder Arlene.
Okay. And how did you figure that out?
Because I'm a little block.
You ain't no little black. But just tell me, how did you, like, what did you read that gave you that clue? I like the direction you're going. I just want you to name it for the rest of the group.
How did I what?
How did you figure out that you were the little block and not the big block?
Because Linda is 5 and I'm 4.
Ah, almost. Linda is not 5. Linda is 5 more than you.
Arlene.
Which still means, go ahead.
Okay, so I should have read the whole thing before I stopped.
Yeah.
Okay, so Arlene walked 4 blocks. Linda walked 5 more than Arlene. How many blocks does Linda walks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in the blue side, I'm gonna put Linda.
Yeah.
Come on, Derry.
And the remainder is, her value is 5. No, her value is nothing right now.
Correct.
Okay, so then on the green side, remainder is Arlene.
Represent Arlene.
Represent is Arlene. The value is 4.
Beautiful.
Okay, so then I'm gonna say, is Linda walked 9 more than me.
Not 9 more, 5 more.
5 more.
Which is,
but yeah, that's what I did. And
good.
then said 9.
Yes.
So the remainder is 9, right?
The answer is how many blocks Linda walked. Yeah, Linda walked 9 blocks. What
right.
goes in the cloud?
The 9.
No.
Oh crap! I was on the road.
You were on the roll.
5?
Yes.
Why? Because she walked 5 more than me?
Yep. So whatever, here, let me use the rest of this. Whatever is like the more than or the less than is usually the difference. Because it tells you how you get from one number
to the next number.
So see how you figured, you knew just from reading it and understanding the language that you had to take whatever whatever Arlene walked and add 5 more, right?
Yeah.
And that's how you got 9. So the difference, remember we always said the difference is the bigger minus the smaller? Let's take the bigger number, 9, take away 4, what do we get?
It's 5. I mean, yeah, 5.
Yep. It's that 5. The difference between the 2.
I know what he's gonna do with it.
I don't want to pay attention to what you just did over there because that would confuse me if I'm trying to correct it.
Good. So now we'll get rid of it.
You know, you kind of understand what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
But up until there, it makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. That's all we need. Linda. I'm going to take a little picture of it. Save. And take clear. Another one? Yes. Okay. Brianna, you want to go ahead?
Yes. Brianna has 4 cats. Jolene has 2 more cats than Brianna. How many cats does Jolene have? Jolene name. Yeah, Jolene name go over top of the blue
How do you know?
because she is heavier.
How do you know?
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me look at it.
You got it. Brianna,
How
don't
do
doubt
I know?
yourself. Just think through your thinking. Don't doubt yourself.
I'm not.
Good.
Because the 2 is bigger than the 4.
2 is bigger than 4?
Bigger than the 4.
No.
Four bigger than 2.
No, the 4 is bigger than the 2. So the 4 go inside the blue. Because I had 4 cats.
You have 4 cats. I agree with you. Does Geraldine have more cats than you or less cats than you?
More. No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, more cats.
How do you know? What words clue you in to the fact that Geraldine has more cats than you do? Read that sentence for me.
The second one?
Yeah.
Geraldine has 2 more cats than Brianna. How many cats?
Stop. That was a sentence.
Oh, the second sentence. Oh, okay.
Read it one more time.
Geraldine has 2 more cats than Brianna.
Brianna, does that tell you anything about who has more?
No.
Geraldine, does that tell you anything about who has more?
It seems like if I had 2 more cats, but that's 4, that's a tie, right?
Say the last part.
I said if I had 2 more cats, that's a tie, right? No.
What'd she say?
But
I mean, if I had 2 more cats, 2 more cats, right?
yeah.
Okay, that's 5. 4.
So if Brianna has 4 cats, right? Can you guys see that?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
I can't.
Oh.
Because you got it written behind us.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, these are Brianna's 4 cats, right? Geraldine has 2 more cats than Brianna. That means if this is what Brianna has, what Geraldine has is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And am I going to keep going?
No.
No. Wait a minute. Now I done got confused because it says Brianna has 4. Geraldine has 2 more than than Geraldine. So basically it's just 6 cats.
Geraldine has
It's 6.
She has 2 more cats than Brianna. So altogether,
It's 6.
6.
it's 6. Brianna, does that make sense how we ended up with Geraldine actually having more than you, even though the number that we wrote, that the problem wrote, was the number 2?
Yes.
Can you explain it to me?
How can I explain it? The way how we just did it just now is that if Jordan, like we say, if Jordan had 2 more cats, and I had 4 cats, like we drew 4 cats, and you drew 4 more cats for Jordan and added 2 more. So 4 plus 2 is 6. So Jordan has 6 more cats.
Not 6 more.
I mean 6 cats.
Beautiful. Yes. So let's match this to the model. Okay? So our big blue, who does it represent?
Jordan.
Good. So here I'm going to put, I represent Geraldine. And this one represents a little green.
Brianna.
From what they gave us in the problem, they didn't tell us right away Geraldine's value, right?
Right.
So I'm not going to fill it in yet, even though you totally solved it. We're going to fill in what they did tell us. Brianna, what was your value? How many cats do you have?
2.
You had 2 cats?
Oh, no, 4.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay. See how it says Geraldine has 2 more than Brianna? That tells us that the difference is 2. Because that's what you, I don't know the best way to say it, but I know it goes there. Does either of you have a good way to explain it?
Who, me?
Anyone.
Oh, I'm barely catching on. More part, like when it gets down, she has 2 more. So you said that goes in the middle. And then when I add them up, then I'm gonna say Geraldine has more, so which is 6. So she's the biggest cat.
She is the biggest cat.
Right.
Yep.
Jay has 6.
Bottom line, I just gotta pay attention to the words in the reading.
And nothing means what you think it means by itself. You got to read the whole thing.
Yeah.
So we got to practice this probably tonight or not.
Huh?
Yep. Okay, y'all ready for another one?
Yeah.
Rock and rolling, rock and
Stop,
rolling.
Doriana.
Oh, what number is that going to be?
Oh, you guys are going to hate me for this one, but we're going to have fun. Okay. So just remember the first 2 that we did, the first sentence gave us a number.
This one does too, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
2.
All right. Arlene, would you like to read it for us?
Fred has 2 more dogs than Carolyn.
Yeah.
Carolyn has 10 dogs. How many dogs does Fred has?
Beautifully read.
So I'm gonna say 12.
I represent Fred.
Yeah. Fred has 10 dogs.
No, Carolyn has 10. Fred had 2 dogs. 2 more dogs than Carolyn.
But see, it says more.
Mm-hmm.
So I added both of them up.
Right.
So before you solve, can you just tell me what these guys represent? So which one is Fred and which one is Carolyn?
Fred is the blue one.
Tell me why you think that.
Because Fred had 2 more dogs than Caroline.
Okay. Hi, I'm Fred. And so the green one is who?
Caroline.
Nice. Okay. Do we know the values of any of these?
No.
No, not yet.
None of
But
them.
I
All
mean,
right.
I already know, but
Ooh. Do they give us the values in the problem?
no.
What about this?
The more than.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah,
I love.
right there.
I love
2
your.
more dogs than.
I love your attention to that language. Yes. So I see a 2 and a 10 that we got to do something with, right?
Right. Add them up.
What's going to go where in my model?
10 plus 2.
10 plus
On the
2.
blue.
Yep. 10 plus 2 is 12.
And then 12 is going to go in the cloud thingy.
And that cloud. No. Oh.
Not 12.
Oh, 2.
Oh, the 2. Oh.
Because it's 2 more than.
More than.
So whatever the difference, whatever that is, whether it's, you add or you take it away, because I could have said, well, it doesn't matter. So what do we give Carolyn's value?
10.
I asked you to stop.
And that was just given in the question, right?
Right.
Okay, beautiful. Any questions about this one?
No.
No.
You guys ate that up like very well. I'm gonna just write the answer sentence. S has 12.
12 dogs.
Okay. Save. Clear. Clear. Let's do another one. All right. Nancy. Geraldine, you're going to lead us on this one. Nancy did 12 more push-ups than Will. Will did 5 push-ups. How many push-ups did Nancy do?
Oh.
Well,
I'm going to read it again, okay? Nancy did 12 more push-ups than Will. Will did 5 push-ups. How many push-ups did Nancy do? So, start us off just by labeling who's heavier. Who did more push-ups?
Will.
Geraldine.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Geraldine.
Will did 5 push-ups.
Yeah. Will did 5. How about Nancy?
Nancy did 12 push-ups.
Not 12.
Will.
She did 12 more than Will.
Right.
I have to hide this. Okay. She did 12 more than Will. So just like, remember we said Brianna had 4 cats and you had 2 more than her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is like that, but instead we're saying Nancy has 12 more than Will. So who's the big man? Who did the most push-ups?
Confusing me. Okay, Will did, no, Nancy did the most push-ups and Will.
How do you know?
And I read the question.
And what did you read that helped you understand that Nancy did the most push-ups?
Nancy did 12 push-ups and more. She probably did more.
Yes, yes, yes.
She will.
So is Nancy going to be the blue person or the green person?
Nancy gonna be the blue.
Yes,
No? Okay.
because Nancy did more push-ups.
Right.
So it's heavier, it's a
Right.
bigger number.
Right.
And Will is going to be the smaller number. It's a little lighter. How many push-ups did Will do?
We did 5 push-ups.
Okay, so I'm going to write that here because his value, his push-up number is 5. This question doesn't tell us how many push-ups Nancy did.
Mm-mm.
It does tell us Nancy did 12 more than Will. So where am I going to write that 12? Am I going to write it in Nancy's value or in the cloud? That's the difference.
In the cloud.
What do you think about that, Geraldine?
Oh, back to me. Repeat that again. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to figure out, where am I going to put the 12? Is the 12 does the 12 represent the number of push-ups that Nancy did, or does 12 represent the difference, how much more or less Nancy did than Will?
We did, I say more. It's on right, class? I said more with Nancy or more or less. Which one is it?
Not
12
more or
is
less. Where do you want, it's not more or less. You already told me Nancy did more push-ups. You already told me that.
Right.
Right,
So
she did.
Will did less. Then.
So Will did less push-ups.
Okay.
Beautiful. And Brianna, you said you think that we'll put that 12 in the cloud. Why?
But in the cloud. Oh Lord, that's different.
And that one can be for anybody. Why would we put the 12 in the cloud? Or why would you give it to Nancy if you think it should be Nancy's value?
Yeah, you like, you want to tell it? Oh my.
B?
Will did 5 push-ups, and Nancy did 12 push-ups.
Not 12.
Oh, it's not a 5, right?
It says Nancy did 12 more push-ups than Will. And that, the fact, it doesn't say Nancy did 12 push-ups, right? It doesn't say Nancy did 12 push-ups.
Okay.
If it said Nancy did 12 push-ups, then this would be a 12.
Right.
But that's not what it says.
She did 17 more.
Not 17 more. She did 12 more.
12 more, right.
Which means that she did
12 plus 5 is 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We are not going to say Nancy did 17 more push-ups because she didn't do 17 more.
Right.
She did how many more?
12.
12.
12 more, which is why we put that 12 in the cloud. Because if it's the number that we use with more than or with less than, it goes in the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
You feel good about this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Great. How on earth do I get my controls back? Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how to. Nope. How to save my screen. How to save my screen. Oh.
Dariana. Yeah, I might catch you, girl.
I'm just gonna take a picture with my cell phone.
Don't you see me know something?
Anywhere, anytime, any place.
No, you don't need none.
Oh, that's my last slide. Oh, good. We get to move on to another one. Example 4. Example 5. Example 6. Okay, let's do another one. This time we'll do Linda. We'll have them walking blocks again. Walk 2 less miles.
Is that you texting me talking about you?
Let me do one more.
Huh?
Arlene had 90 days vacation. Brianna had 20 days fewer than Arlene. How many days of vacation did Brianna? All right, here's the next one, y'all.
Linda walked 2 miles less than Jordan. Jordan walked 5 miles. How many miles did Linda walk?
Yeah, you didn't change it to.
Oops, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Woo. Sorry, good catch. Okay. What do they tell us?
She walked.
The statistics? Linda walked 2 miles less than Jordan. Jordan walked 5 miles. How many miles did Linda walk?
Beautiful.
3.
Arlene, take all that thinking and talk us through it.
5 minus 2 is 3. The remainder, the one in the cloud, is 2.
Tell us how you figured that out.
Because Linda walked less than Geraldine. So 5 minus 2.
Yes, you see that less than? Before we had more than.
More than.
And it went in the cloud. If we have less than, it still goes in the cloud. All right. I'm so proud of you. Okay. So who's heavier? Who's got more miles, Geraldine or Linda?
Geraldine.
Geraldine.
How do you know? What in the text tells you that?
Because she walked more.
Oh no, Linda had Linda had more. She's heavier. Linda go in blue.
Arlene, do you agree?
No,
Talk it out. Talk it out.
because Linda has less than Geraldine.
Mm,
So she
Linda.
goes in the green.
Beautiful. Okay,
And Geraldine has more.
good.
She has 5.
Good. Her value is 5. They told it to us.
My,
And so for Linda, you decided to subtract.
right, because it said less than.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do another one. Another one. Arlene had 90 days of vacation.
Oh, that's a lot of vacations.
I loved it.
I wish I could have 90-day vacation.
Sadly, Brianna, you had 20 fewer days
Oh, that's not enough vacation for me.
than Arlene. So let's figure out how many days you did have, even if it's not 90.
Mm. Mm.
7. She has 70.
70.
Somebody talk me through how you figured that out.
I said 0 take away 0, 0.
Not that. I mean, with my little seesaw, the seesaw line.
Shit. Well, first I gotta do the problem first. Then I can tell you the seesaw stuff.
Okay. My caution to you,
Don't do it that way.
don't do it that way because then if your seesaw setup doesn't give you the answer that you got when you did the problem, you're going to think your seesaw setup is wrong, but probably your answer is wrong. The seesaw setup is the easiest thing to get right, and it helps you figure out how to solve it.
Okay, so I'm gonna put Arlene in the blue, Brianna in the green.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know this already? Just tell me what text.
Because of my answer. No. Okay, you said don't do it that way. Well, okay, leave it just like it is. Then I'm gonna say fewer. So the fewer.
And who had fewer?
Brianna.
Yes, that Brianna had fewer. That, when I say how do you know Brianna goes in the green, that's what you tell me. Brianna had fewer. And another way to say fewer is?
Fewer than, less than.
Yes. Fewer than and less than. Yes, 2 different ways of saying the same thing.
Right. So Brianna had 70.
How would you give me a number that's not even here?
Oh, okay.
Of all the numbers you could give me.
Okay, I'm going too fast.
I'm going to pause you though, Arlene. Brianna, of the numbers that are given, which ones can we fill in on our seesaw? Brianna, you sleep?
No, I'm comfortable.
Yeah, you look comfortable. They gave us this 90. Where should I put that?
Under Arlene.
How do you know?
Because she had 90 days of vacation.
That is right. She is comfortable, but she is ready to do math. Then we have this 20. 20 days fewer than. Does that go right here?
Yeah. No, hold on, wait, hold on, wait.
It does not go there.
It goes inside the cloud.
Yes. The only way it could go where we've put it is if the problem said, Brianna had 20 days. And then we could say, okay, Brianna had 20. It doesn't say that though. It said she had 20 days fewer than Arlene. So, oops. So that's our difference. And now, Miss Arlene, tell us, how did you calculate Brianna's?
I'm just minus.
So we're going to be subtracted.
Yeah. You writing too big. Yeah. So yeah.
Second?
Yeah.
Okay. B had 7. I mean, Brianna, that's not a bad deal, I got to say. It's not 90 days. You'll get some relaxation in. Okay. That's the end of our time. You guys did amazingly.
Mm-hmm.
And I will text you when I put up practice problems for you to fill in. I'll text you when I put in the practice problems for you to fill in.
Okay.
Oh, okay. No rush.
So do we have to send it? After we finish, do we have to send it on Google Classroom?
Yes, I was thinking of doing it in I was gonna do live worksheets, but if you just write your answers and take a picture and just text it to me, that's fine.
Okay.
Text me. Wait a minute. Do I have so text it to you?
Like
okay.
Like, yeah, just yeah.
Like the one the can I live shot it that through that?
Not the flip grid. It'll be here. I'll show you real quick.
You see, that's the part I get confused. If I take a picture of it, who am I sending it to? Where am I sending it to?
So what you'll do is you'll take your
I missed that school.
What you'll do is you'll go, this isn't it, but this is last week, but
okay.
you'll go to the view assignment.
Okay.
And it'll say attach work. What a terrible example.
You want it?
Let me show you on here.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'll show you on my cell phone.
Flash Math.
Let me pull up.
Okay. So you're gonna open up your Google Classroom. Can you guys see this?
Go to
classwork.
Class work or class math? Or class work and math?
Okay, you see it? And then you're gonna open up the assignment. So I'm gonna open up last week's just as an example. And at the bottom of the assignment, see how it has that little up arrow and it says your work?
Yeah.
If you click on that, see how it says add attachment? Arlene,
I'm trying to go to the classroom, but okay.
On our phone.
I'm trying to pull up something that is on my phone.
It's right here. It's like this.
You hit the class
Right, Miss Camilla?
Mm-hmm.
Freaking meeting. Am I going?
Go ahead, ask your question.
I don't know what question it is. Okay, because I'm trying to go under. I'm going into my messaging.
No. You're going into Google Classroom, the app.
Classroom. Okay. Good morning. Go back.
So when,
Google Classroom.
so Arlene, look at the
Okay,
screen
so
for
I'm
a sec.
going to the math.
Arlene, look at the
Okay.
computer for a sec. You want to go down, click on that to go into math class, yeah? Oh, you already
Okay.
did.
Right. So am I going to class work?
Yes.
Okay. So which week am I going? 7, 6?
For today, so this is week 8, but just for
Uh-huh.
this example, I'm going to do it with week 7. So go ahead and click on week 7 classwork.
Uh-huh.
And you see at the bottom, it says your work.
Well, there's nothing on there on week 7. It just said classwork Monday.
Click on classwork Monday.
Okay, it came up.
And at the bottom, it says your work.
Okay, your work,
Click on that little, yeah. And see how there's a plus sign where you can add something? If you click on that, you'll get this menu. And one of them says use camera.
Use camera. Okay, check. Okay.
It's going to say, do you give it permission to use your camera? You say yes.
Mine says take photo.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
Then you would take a picture of your work.
Okay, I think we did this before.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so I'm gonna just take a picture of this. All right. And then, okay. All right. Something is spinning around. Okay, did you get it?
Let me look. Yeah, so here, let me share my screen with you. This is so cool. So as a teacher, guys, I went into student work and see here, Arlene. I can see the picture you just took.
Yeah, my pencils and pens.
Beautiful. Okay, so that's how you would attach it. Well done.
Okay. All right. And I don't have to do nothing else.
So
okay.
This, again, we just did that example with week 7.
Right.
This is week 8 when I'll put up new problems.
Okay, because week 7, we didn't have to attach anything, right?
Right, but you could, if you want the practice, if you look at the classwork, one of the pages is a bunch of questions, which you could. We did them.
I did right. I did them. I think we did them on paper.
We did. My thinking is that even though we did them together, it's different to try to recreate it yourself without my voice.
Okay. So, but no, I did it without you. And then we did it together as a class. So that's why mine said undone, because I didn't send it to you.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I remember, Arlene, you were the only one who had done it, so we didn't check it that day.
Right.
Right.
But I didn't send it in, and on the phone it says work undone.
Right, so if you attach it, you can say mark is done.
But doesn't it mark it for you?
I wish it did.
But one of those things already, it gives you a grade and everything.
So if I use, you know how one of the weeks I had us use Google Forms, like when you click the assignment, it opened up like survey.
Right.
That one I set it up to grade it automatically. But it's a lot of, for me, it's a lot of work to create it as a survey.
Okay. Okay.
And so the trade-off is like the survey grades automatically, but I can't see any of your work, versus you take a picture, I can see your work, but then I have to grade it by hand.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. I'll text you when I have it up.
All right.
All right.
Happy last week of school, you guys.
Okay. Happy. Yay.
We made it.
We made it. Don't forget to let us know when we turn in our stuff, Miss Camilla.
Yes. Aim for the 17th. And so Wednesday.
Aim for the 17th or
the 17th,
right?
It's either the 16th, 17th, or 17th, 18th, but I definitely know the 17th is in there.
Okay, just text me and text me what time to drop it off, because I don't want to be at first thing smoking.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.